Hi, welcome to Pete's Machine Music. This is a tutorial for beginners. I've been meaning to do this a while. There's a lot of guys out there that haven't dipped their feet into production but want to have a go. Maybe you're a DJ or something and you're thinking, yeah, I'd like to now start writing my own tunes, maybe put some, write my own beats to put in my DJ set. This is what I'm aiming for here, so I'm not going to assume that you're completely au fait with production techniques and things like that, but hopefully I can give you some pointers just to show you how you can make things sound good, and just do something that you're going to be proud of and you like the sound of. So let's get started. So basically, I've got a Maschine Mark III here. Everything I'm doing is going to apply to all the machines pretty much. So from your Micro to your Mark II, and the Jam as well, to an extent. So everything I'm doing here, you will be able to do on those units. Also, obviously the studio as well. Now there might be some slightly different variations in button presses to get to some of the functions. For instance, on the Mark II, to get to some of these keyboard or chord and pad modes, to get through those you have to actually hit shift, but anyway, we'll go through that, but you will find out how to do that. As long as you know the basics, we can find that. We can sort that out. That's no worries at all. So let's start off with taking a look at the hardware, and this is going to be pretty much the same on all of them. So we've got 8 pads here. These are your group pads. So these are your main building blocks, if you like. In each group, basically nested within each group are these 16 pads. So you've got 16 pads within this group. I've got group A here. I can have 16 pads. Again, group B nested within there, another 16 pads, and so on. So pretty hopefully self-explanatory. So I'm just going to go back to group A there. Now on these 16 pads in each group, you can have various things if you want. You could say have a whole drum kit on each of the pads, so you can load a whole drum kit on every pad. So then you've got all your kicks, your snares, your hats, whatever, on every pad. You could also have a different sample on each pad if you want. If you wanted to load up a sample on each pad, you can do that. You can also make your own custom drum kits by doing that if you want. If you have, say, a sample pack with some custom kicks and hi-hats and that, you can load them on each one, make up your own drum kit. Or you can have an instrument as well on each pad. We're going to keep it simple for now, so what I'm going to do to start with is just load a drum kit just across all 16 pads. So to do that, basically I'm going to hit the browser. You'll get up your browser view telling you what's what. Now over the top here you have, this is where all your stuff is coming from basically. So in the first one, for instance, you've got projects. Now these are just your basically what you've recorded, or say if you've just loaded it up brand new, you can have loads of demo songs in there. We don't want that. So the first one, if I just tab across this one, groups. So what a group is, so a group is going to fill every one of these 16 pads. Basically it's going to load up a whole group into this bank A, so it's going to be everything in there. So if you want a whole drum kit, that's where you go to groups. Just to mention the other ones here, sounds, this is individual sounds here. So if you just want a single sound on a single pad, this is where you go, and it will just load it to that one pad. Okay, so you could make a drum kit going from single sounds. You could just pick out your kick drum, your snare, your hi-hat. Obviously that's going to take a while, but you can make up obviously custom kits if there's a specific kick drum you like, a specific snare, you can do that. And if I go across again, you've got instruments. So these are your virtual instruments. So if you want a piano or something like that, it's not going to load them all up over there. It's just going to load it to one pad. So your piano is going to be on one. We'll go into that later. You've got effects. We're not going to get into that now. And samples as well. If you're on the samples, again, that's just going to load. Oh, there we go. Didn't realize that. It's going to load to. I don't know what that is. Weird sample, but it's just going to load to the one pad. So I'm going to go back to groups, and I'm going to just, I've got some extra packs and stuff on here. I'm going to ignore that, and I'm just going to go with everything I'm going to do is going to go with basically what you get with it. So I'm going to go with just the Maschine library stuff here. So so I'm on the Maschine here. Now you can use these rotaries to find out the sound you want, so the type of drum kit if you like. So on this side, if you look left from right, so I've chosen Maschine here, so I'm on the Maschine. At the moment it's showing all types, but it gives you here options, so I can just go to kits. So if I want an acoustic kit, I can go to that, analog kit, artist kit, blah 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 blah. Urban kit, final kit, there's all sorts of stuff there. Let's go analog kit, and the obvious here, we've got, if I go down to this encoder, I've got, oh, can't see that screen unfortunately very well, sorry, my camera's pretty poor. I've got 808 kits, blah blah blah, 909 kits, so let's just load a 909 kit. I'm just going to load a bog standard 909 kit. So I've highlighted 909, above it says load. I'm going to hit that, loading, busy loading. It's loaded the kit. Now you can see these have all the pads have lit up, because there's basically, you can hear a whole drum kit in there. And it's just a basic 909. So I've got my hats, you know. So they're all there. So brilliant, lovely. And obviously you can go through the kits if you want. Load another one, check them out. You've actually got a previous kit in here and a next, so you can go backwards and forwards. Oh, there we go, classic. Nice. Your 808, classic 808 there. So you can go through those. I'll show you a little trick once we've done a drum beat. I'm going to stick with that 909 sound. So from here, let's record something. So you're going to be wanting to record, you know, your 4/4 or whatever. I will show you how to do recording manually as well, but let's do step recording first. So step recording, you need to put the machine in step mode. What step mode is basically you can program the drums. They're going to basically apply themselves to a predefined grid, so it will be always in time. Yeah, let's show you. So I'm going to put this in step mode. Step mode button is here on the machine. I think on the Mark III. The Mark II I think is, I can't remember now because I sold my Mark II, but it's around here somewhere. But you want to get it in step mode. Now once you've put it in step mode, you want to fix the velocity, which means basically velocity is volume. Think of it as volume. So if you don't fix it, so if I go back to here, you could have it, you know, really quiet, or this is velocity, so quite loud. So that's velocity there. It's basically increase or decrease in volume. This is velocity. Step mode, if I did it now and just pressed it kind of gently, it's only going to record it very quietly. If I hit it really hard, it will have, but I want them all the same, because you know, if we're going to do, you know, a 4/4, we want them all the same volume. So there's a function called fixed velocity. And now on the Mark II and the Studio, I think there is a button when you hit step mode. I think it comes up on the screen here, fixed velocity, but you want to turn that on, which means every pad you hit is going to be exactly the same volume, so the sound is just going to come out the same volume. So I've got that on. We can press play now and you'll see it run, so let's do that. So you can see here now it's running. So basically it's going 1 2, yeah, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. You can change the speed if you want now as well. The default is 120 beats per minute, which I must be on now. If you want to change the speed, you can hit your tempo button, speed it up, slow it down. I'll leave it on 120 because that's default. So now we can start putting some drums in. So if I go back to pad mode, so you need to basically go from pad mode to step mode. So pad mode, you can choose your sound you want to record onto that. So we're obviously going to start with the kick, so I'm going to put the kick there. So there's my kick. So I'm going to go back to step mode and I'm just going to record 4 beats. Yeah, turn them off. So this is just a 1 bar loop, so it's just 1 bar is just 1 2 3 4, then it will just repeat. So it's just 1 2 3 4. Let me show you what that looks like on the software. So that looks like this. Oh, where's my mouse gone? Here we go. So you can see it's just 1 bar, very simple. 1 2 3 4, and you can see each one is perfectly aligned on each beat, and you can see it just repeating at the end. Yeah, pretty simple. Let me go back again. So next sound, we need to go back to pad mode. Say on the Mark II there was a bit of a shift thing, you had to hit shift on, I think it's one of these buttons to go back to pad mode. Just choose your next sound, so you know, if you like, yeah, clap, that'll work. So let's go to step mode again, and now we can pop the clap in. Put it where you want, play around with it, you know. Traditionally on the 2nd and 3rd beat, but you can, you know, put it wherever you want. You know, if you want it there, fine. You know, do you want, have a play around, just turn them on and off until you like the sound of it. Don't go too crazy. Put them where you want. I don't know, whatever you fancy. Quite like that. So that's our sort of clap in there. And basically carry on doing this, go back to your pad mode, find a hat or something, you know, open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, obviously closed hi-hat, let's do that, step, pop those there, there we go, got something going, so just build that up, and that is about it